Alright, let's talk about attraction. Because there's a big disconnect between what men think women want and what women actually want, and vice versa. Today I'm going to be breaking down why men and women often live their life appealing to the wrong lens of attraction, and how this leads to some pretty funny and eye-opening results. Let's dive in. Let's start with the guys. A lot of guys live their life with what I call the male lens of attraction. They think, what would impress me if I were a woman? And this is where I think most of us get it wrong, because you are not a woman. So you never truly know until you really ask another woman or you just study it. We mostly think bigger muscles, higher status, or more wealth are the ultimate keys to a woman's heart. But here's the kicker. Those things do matter to some extent, do not get me wrong, but studies have shown that women prioritize emotional intelligence, humor, confidence, and even things like stability over just looks or status. Stability doesn't have to be just financially stable. It might be emotionally stable, which could link to emotional intelligence, or the stability of knowing the fact that you're not going to do something else over just look and status. Yet men in the gym chasing bigger arms and shredded abs, thinking that's the golden tickets. Do you know what? Let me show you this meme. This is a perfect example of the disconnect. Men bulk up thinking women are gonna say, oh my god, you're so cute, are you single? But in reality, the compliments they get are from other dudes. Like, looking big, king, amazing tribes, brother. It's hilarious, but also kind of sad. Guys, I think we are building to the wrong gaze. Now, women aren't oft okay either. A lot of women adapt their lives through other women's lens of attraction. For example, extreme beauty trends, dieting, or highly curated Instagram feeds, often appealing more to what women find aspirational, not necessarily what men find attractive. Let's be honest, most men do not care if your eyeliner is sharp enough to cut glass, or if you're rocking the season's trendiest outfits, or if you wear the same clothes in a row in an Instagram pic. No one cares, at least not the men. Men generally do not care. What they do notice is confidence, personality, and how you make them feel when they are around you. Just like men chasing validation from other men, women tend to compete for approval from other women as well. It's like this weird cycle of misalignments for both genders. Now you might be thinking, why does this misalignment exist within both genders? There are three reasons why: cultural norms, echo chambers, and lack of communication. But we are going to start with cultural norms. Society tells men they need to be powerful, rich, and dominant. It tells women they need to be beautiful, delicate, and flawless. These ideas are outdated, but they are still baked into how we act. Personally, I do not think this is a patriarchy problem or misogyny or whatever need that you're gonna come up with. I think this is how we think. It's the thinking that is the problem, not necessarily a person or a group of people. It's the collective, how we all think about a certain aspect of things. If we all think that a man needs to be powerful, rich, and dominant, we'll implement it into our children and into society collectively. If we all think a woman needs to be beautiful, delicate, and flawless, no matter how many riots you do, or how many, oh my gosh, the patriarchy, I'm not going to shave my arm, or this is not going to change. Because this is not about the patriarchy or the misandry or whatever name you're going to come up with. This is not necessarily about a specific group. This is about our way of thinking. The way you think would affect the way you live your life. And this is how society tends to think. The second main reason is echo chambers. Men often seek advice from other men and women from other women. This creates a feedback loop that reinforces the wrong priorities. I was watching a YouTube channel, Uncle Rom. If you type on YouTube, I think you can probably, after this video, after you finish watching this video, and please make sure you subscribe and send to friends and family. That'll be much appreciated. I was watching a YouTube channel, and the woman said she learnt game from mostly her dad and brother, because they told her that if you're soft-spoken, not aggressive but soft-spoken, you get more out of a man than trying to be aggressive, than trying to tell him and shout at him. But when she goes to her friends, to her female circle, the echo chambers, it's quite the opposite. They tell themselves, get him, you mean to do, bug out, scratch his car, no, do this, do that. But she realized when she took the advice of her brother and dad, she got more out of men than being outwardly aggressive. I found that really interesting. Echo chambers. This is the third main reason why I believe misalignment exists between both genders. The lack of communication. Men and women don't talk openly enough about what they truly find attractive. We tend to assume instead of asking each other. There's this saying in the men community that you don't ask a fish how to fish. Sometimes you do. Well, not actually asking a fish, but asking a woman. You look for women who can interpret a woman's mind but explain it in a way that you can understand it as a man. And you look for a man that can interpret a man's mind in a way that you can understand it as a female. But we do not do these things because we believe that the opposite sex would not truly understand each other. So we just assume all men want is this, all women want is this. But we are complicated creatures. We aren't just one-dimensional. We are complicated. We have different angles. What might work yesterday might not work today. And this lack of communication tends to lead both sides investing energy into things that might not matter as much as we think it does. Here's the good news. You can actually break this cycle. Instead of asking yourself, what would impress my Achilles? What would impress my brothers? Or instead of asking yourself, what would make other women jealous? Ask yourself, what do I actually want in a partner? And what do they value in return? If you're a guy, maybe you don't need to hit the gym 7 days a week to bulk up. Maybe developing emotional intelligence or learning to communicate is way more attractive. And if you're a woman, maybe you don't need to stress about perfection, the perfect makeup. Maybe showing confidence and being authentic is what really draws people in. And if you're already doing the confidence part and the communication path, flip the script. Probably that will most likely make you way more attractive in the other person's, in other genders' point of view. Attraction is more about how you make someone feel than how you look or what you achieve. Please stop projecting your own values onto the opposite sex and start focusing on connection. What do you think? Have you been living your life through the wrong lens of attraction? Please do drop a comment and let me know your thoughts on this segment. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. And please remember, attraction isn't just about the surface. It's about understanding, connection, and how you show up in someone's life. Thank you for watching all the way through. I really appreciate you. See you in my next video. Namaste.